Hello, Potato here. Right, let's just get straight into this one. So we've got this Pivo power bank charger portable. Not heard of the brand before, but it's a little power bank. I've done a little bit of research. This is designed for the Pivo Pivot, I think it's called, which then mounts to a tripod. So this is for powering or charging up your cameras on your tripods if you're doing vlogging or whatnot. Even says here, look, tripod compatible. And I had a quick look. There's not many online to buy. There's one on the eBay for £69.99 used, and I found one for brand new for £97. So these are quite a high-end item. I'm not sure what the fault is. Again, these ones don't list the fault. But yeah, let's just get straight into it, shall we?
Let's do this.
Alright, let's go. Let's get out of the box. Okay, there's the device. Got a little manual, and we've got some accessories. So I'm guessing this goes from the power bank to this pod it was suggesting. This other Pivo device you can get to go on the tripod. So that's another USB Type-C to Type-C. Then we've got a USB Type-C to Type-C/Lightning. And then we've got a user manual. Let's have a quick look through this. Okay, pretty straightforward. List of items required. Pivo bank, we've got that. User manual, we've got that. Charging cable, we've got that. 2-in-1 charging cable, we've got that. USB to USB Lightning compatible. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So it's a 9,000 milliamp capacity power bank. It's quite a lot actually. Outputs 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2 amps, 12 volts at 15 amps, 1.5 amps. Okay, so it does quite a range of outputs then. That's quite cool. And then for the user interface, we've got 5 things. We've got 1, the bolt cover, so that will thread onto a tripod. 2 is the battery level indicator, which I assume is this here. Then we've got 3 is the power check button. Now straight away that's pushed in and it's not clicking in, so that could be the fault. We'll come back to that in a minute. Number 4 is the USB-A, so we've got just a USB port, female, and then we've got the Type-C female port as well for charging the device. Let's just give it a quick looky over. Some sort of light scratches here, so probably been used. Any damages, can we see? Nope. So it all looks good, bar this button here. So, you know, it's pretty obvious that's pushed in. I can't actually physically push the button any further, and there's no clicks. Again, that should be pushed in to check the battery level, which it doesn't do. So let's just see if this outputs anything before we go any further. So I've got my own personal power bank here, so let's see if we can charge this using this. So I've got my voltage meter as well here. It's upside down though. Let's plug in this. Okay, so we're basically charging this power bank now using this one. We're drawing 5 volts at around 1.5 amps, 1.6 amps, and we've also got the battery indicator level here, so we've got 3 bars. So I guess, yeah, we've got what, if it's linear, that's what, 75% full, shall we say. So yeah, we're charging up. So I think the device itself works. Let's just see if it charges as well. Let's actually make sure it charges. So let's take that out. We'll just reverse this onto here. So let's put this into here now. We're going to charge this up using U. Let's see what it does. Right, let's turn that around, let's get this out of the way. Okay, so we're now charging up the Pivo power bank, and I guess the battery level indicator is going up and down, so we're charging, we're drawing, well, it's fluctuating. I'll draw in 2 amps, 2.2 amps, around just under 5 volts. So yeah, that's good. Happy days. So I think the only issue with this is this button here. So could that just be the micro switch has been pushed off the board? Has it come off? Has it done any trace damage perhaps?
Indeed.
Could just be something like that. So yeah, let's get that apart. But as you can see, there's no visible screws. So is this going to be easy to get into, or is this going to be a pain in the backside? That's come apart quite easy actually. Let's get these screws out. Shaky, shaky, shake. Shaky, shaky, shake. Come on. Shaky, shaky, shake. Right, they're all out. Okay, that's it. All forward. Great stuff. Great stuff. Right, so. Okay, so not much to this, is there? Is that 18650 or is that bigger than 18650? What is this one? What are these shells? Okay, we've got a 21700 cell, so a little bit bigger than the standard 18650, which is this one. So that's an 18650 cell. Okay, interesting. Not actually come across these cells before in a power back or any sort of device as of yet. But let's get this out. So that's held in with the screw as well by the top cover. Right. Okay, so it's not really held in place with much, is it really? Ah, and there we go, look. We have the switch come off the board. Doesn't look like there's any trace damage, so this could be salvageable. Or could be an easy fix.
I've seen worse.
Let's get you disconnected, Mr. Batteries. And then we'll get under the microscope and reflow or resolder that switch in place, and then happy days, that should be it, shouldn't it? He says. Okay, there we go. It feels like it's been a little while since I last had anything under the microscope, but here we are. So you can see the switch is completely come off the board. It looks like the pads are intact, but it looks like actually the legs on the switch is gone. It's a bit fiddly, but yeah. Okay, so there is a leg on the switch that's come off. The first thing to do is clean this pad off, get some fresh solder on there, and yeah, go from there. Open circuit, nothing pushed in, if I can push it in. There we go. So that's me pushing it in. If I let go, switch is disengaged, and then open circuit. So the switch is working. Jesus Christ, just stay in the epoxy hole, yeah? Right, in the hole you go, right, stay. Good, Mr. Switch. Right, I'm going to have to hold that and then tack it in place at the same time. Right, solenoid, come in. So it's just this pad here. I wonder if I can just wick solder onto that. So just for reference, I'll use my probe here. I'm wondering if I can just get solder from this pad onto here. just bridge the gap. So there's not really a gap there. Why don't we just do that? We get enough flux in there. Let's try that. Let's just test the switch now, make sure it's working, and then we can sort of work on maybe putting some sort of epoxy maybe, or some solder mask to try and help that switch stay in place. Okay, this should be a lot more easier to measure this now with it in situ. Right, so that's going to be open circuit with a button not pushed in, which it is, and then let me just hold this board in place properly and it keeps coming out. A bit of a pain. Right, so get into shot better. So nothing, and if we push it in, tabs come off. Happy days, woohoo! Right, switch is in place, it's working. I'm gonna clean up the residue, and then let's get some sort of, I might get a bit of epoxy on there just to help. I mean, I reckon it'd be okay now. We've got these legs soldered, but again, the only thing holding this switch in place is just the solder itself. There's no leg there, so it's not the best really. So we might probably be better to get some sort of adhesive in place to try and help it. But yeah, epoxy would do, or maybe a little bit, just a bit of hot melt. Maybe a little bit of hot melt will do actually. Yeah, let's do that. Right, let's clean it, and then we'll get a bit of hot melt on there, just to aid in sort of keep it in place, and go from there. Right. Hello, right, we're back. I've taken the liberty to get it back together, get it into its clothing, because basically it wasn't, well, too hard to put that together, was it? We didn't really need to show you guys. Anyway, enough of that. Right, so let's see if it works, shall we? Boom.
Success!
We have our lights. So I did some testing beforehand. It does take a long time for this to go off. So it was obviously denoted by the manufacturer putting a timer on it. But it looks to be about 30 seconds to a minute. I've not actually counted it, but it's quite long. But yeah, you'll see eventually it'll go off. I think if you push it again, it'll go off as well. But let's just watch it go off naturally.
Tick tock, motherfucker!
It's like watching paint dry. Jesus Christ. Wake me up when it's over. Right, there we go. Right, and then push it again. Comes on, and I think if we push it, yeah, there we go. Two presses turns it off as well. So push it once, comes on, tell us our battery level. So if it's linear, it's 75% full with the battery. Push it twice, and it goes off. So happy days. Let's just make sure we can output and input on the device. So again, we'll do the same as what we did at the beginning of the video with my power bank. We'll charge it up and then also charge up the other power bank, vice versa, and see if it's all working. So this will be charging up the device. So there we go. So we're outputting 5 volts at about 2.2 amps, and the battery indicator is going up and down, so it's accepting charge. Great. Let's see if this outputs to this power bank. So swap it over. And there we go. So my power bank's charging up, the light's going up, and we're outputting 5 volts at 1.6 amps or 1.7 amps. So happy days, it works. Not a crazy fix, it's just a little switch, but nonetheless faulty. There's nothing more to do than just to say goodbye to you guys. So goodbye. Potato out.
Goodbye.
Just pushed the button and I'm trying to record the video to show you the button being pushed so it works, but I've just pushed it too early. OMG, God's sake. This takes absolutely forever to turn off as well. So I've got to wait like a minute just to restart this video. Woohoo! Yay!